contamination risks, misleading pasture claims, and industrial megafarms hiding behind organic labels, all exposed in some of America's most trusted organic egg brands. That carton in your fridge right now, the one with the rolling green hills and the happy hen on the label, crack it open. And what you're really getting is eggs from stressed, confined birds, loaded with inflammatory omega-6 fats, stripped of the vitamin D3 and K2 your body actually needs, and dressed up as farm-fresh goodness. If this has been your go-to brand for 5, 10, 20 years, everything we found has been on your breakfast plate that entire time. Today, we're breaking down 9 organic egg brands that failed to deliver what they promised, including 3 most people consider trustworthy. Plus, the 3 brands that actually earned their label. The worst offender is a brand nearly every American household has bought at least once. Coming in at number 9, Horizon Organic. The bright blue carton, the name that practically invented mainstream organic in America. Horizon has been a staple in family refrigerators for decades, the brand parents reach for when they want to feel good about breakfast. Then the investigation started. Horizon's parent company has faced repeated criticism from the USDA and consumer watchdog groups for running industrial-scale operations, where outdoor access means a narrow concrete porch attached to a massive barn. Not pasture, not green grass. Concrete. Thousands of hens crammed into facilities that technically meet the organic minimum, but look nothing like the sunny farms on the carton. Pick up a Horizon egg, crack it into a pan. Notice that pale, almost white yolk. Compare it to a truly pastured egg with its deep orange center. That color difference isn't cosmetic. It tells you everything about what that hen ate and how she lived. Pale yolks mean a diet of indoor feed with minimal access to the insects, grasses, and natural forage that produce nutrient-dense eggs. Independent analyses have shown that eggs from confined indoor operations carry significantly higher ratios of inflammatory omega-6 fatty acids compared to genuine pasture-raised alternatives from hens with real outdoor access. For anyone managing joint pain or taking daily anti-inflammatory medication, or families feeding these to growing kids every morning, that imbalance works against you with every bite. The rolling hills on the carton, the concrete porch behind the barn. Welcome to organic in America. If the biggest organic brand in America cuts corners this badly, surely the brands that promise nutritional superiority deliver, right? Think again. At number 8, Eggland's Best Organic. The stamped shell, the patented feed. The commercials promising 6 times more vitamin D and superior omega-3s compared to ordinary eggs. Eggland's Best doesn't just sell eggs. They sell science, or at least the appearance of it. Every egg carries that little red stamp like a seal of nutritional approval. But independent testing tells a different story. The omega-3 levels in Eggland's Best are modest at best when compared to genuinely pastured eggs from hens that forage on open land. The proprietary, all-vegetarian feed they brag about sounds premium until you realize chickens aren't vegetarians. Hens are omnivores. In nature, they eat bugs, worms, grubs, and larvae. A vegetarian diet for a chicken isn't a health choice. It's a confinement choice. It means the birds never go outside. They never scratch in dirt. They never do what chickens are supposed to do. The hens producing these eggs live in crowded indoor operations that satisfy the bare minimum USDA organic space requirements and nothing more. Crack one open. That yolk sits flat, pale, spreading thin across the pan. A truly pastured egg yolk stands tall, round, deeply colored. The difference is visible in seconds. For people watching their cholesterol or relying on eggs as a daily source of heart-protective fats, or anyone who switched to this brand specifically for the omega-3 promise, those modest levels may not meaningfully move the needle on cardiovascular health. You're paying a premium for a stamp, that red mark on the shell, the faded promise inside it. Eggland's Best charges more for marketing dressed up as nutrition. The stamp says superior. The lab results say otherwise. You'd think bulk buying from a warehouse giant would at least be honest about what you're getting. It's not. Number 7. Kirkland's Signature Organic from Costco. The massive carton. The unbeatable price. The Costco name that millions of Americans trust for everything from toilet paper to tires. Kirkland organic eggs feel like a smart buy. Organic quality at warehouse prices. Except the quality part is where it falls apart. These eggs are contract sourced from large industrial organic farms, the same sprawling operations that supply half the organic eggs in America. A 2023 investigation by the Cornucopia Institute gave several of Costco's egg suppliers low ratings for animal welfare and meaningful outdoor access. Low ratings from the organization that literally exists to hold organic producers accountable. Costco's annual revenue exceeds $200 billion. They could demand better from their suppliers tomorrow morning. They could require genuine pasture access, regular third-party welfare audits, and transparent sourcing down to the individual farm name printed right on the carton. They choose volume and margin instead. Open that 24-pack, line up 2 eggs side by side, one Kirkland, one from a truly pastured farm. The pastured egg weighs more. The shell feels thicker, sturdier. The yolk breaks richer and deeper in color. These aren't subjective differences. They reflect measurable gaps in fat-soluble vitamins like D and K2 that your body needs to absorb calcium and protect your arteries. For anyone managing blood sugar levels or watching cholesterol numbers closely, or families buying in bulk thinking organic automatically means nutrient-dense, those missing vitamins matter more than the savings you see at checkout. Costco trusts its suppliers. Its suppliers trust the bare minimum, the bulk discount, the missing nutrients. That's the real Costco deal. If the warehouse giant cuts corners on organic, at least your neighborhood grocery store's organic brand is better. Don't count on it. Now at number 6. Simple Truth. Organic from Kroger. The clean white packaging. The words free from antibiotics, pesticides, and hormones printed in reassuring green letters. Simple Truth looks like transparency. It sounds like honesty. It's Kroger's fastest-growing private label, and it's built on promises that don't hold up past the carton. Undercover investigations at supplier farms have revealed overcrowded barns with barely any space to move, visibly sick birds, and conditions that critics say barely surpass conventional factory farming despite the organic certification and the premium price tag attached to it. These aren't isolated incidents from one rogue supplier. They represent a systemic pattern across the contract farms that supply America's largest grocery chains with their store-brand organic eggs. Walk through a Kroger egg aisle. Pick up that Simple Truth carton. Feel how light it is compared to premium pasture-raised brands sitting just a few slots over at a higher price. That weight difference starts with the hen. Stressed, unhealthy birds in overcrowded conditions produce eggs with thinner shells, waterier whites, and diminished protein quality that you can feel and taste the moment you crack one into a hot pan. For anyone on blood-thinning medications who depends on consistent, high-quality protein sources, or people with compromised immune systems buying organic specifically for food safety assurance, eggs from stressed, unhealthy flocks can carry higher bacterial loads that standard organic certification doesn't adequately screen for. Simple Truth promises freedom from the bad stuff. It doesn't promise the good stuff is actually there. Free from antibiotics, full of corners cut. That green label hides a lot of gray area. But surely the cheapest option on the shelf isn't pretending to be something it's not. Actually, that's exactly what it's doing. Number 5 lands on a brand almost every budget-conscious shopper has grabbed at least once. Great value organic from Walmart. The yellow label. The unbeatable price point. Organic eggs at a cost that makes you feel like you've outsmarted the system. You haven't. Walmart's suppliers have been cited in USDA inspection reports for issues including inadequate living conditions for laying hens. The Cornucopia Institute has consistently rated Walmart's organic egg sources at the bottom of their scorecard. Dead last. The cheapest organic eggs in America come from the worst-rated organic operations in America. That's not a coincidence. That's a business model. Walmart's entire supply chain philosophy is built on squeezing suppliers until margins vanish. When margins disappear in egg production, what goes first is space, feed quality, veterinary care, and genuine outdoor access for the birds. The hens suffer. The eggs suffer. Your breakfast suffers. Look at that great value yolk in the pan. Flat, pale, almost gray around the edges. Lifeless. Taste it next to a pastured egg from a farm that actually lets its hens outside. The great value egg tastes like nothing. The pastured egg tastes like actual food. That flavor gap represents a nutrient gap, specifically in choline, which is critical for liver function and cognitive sharpness, two concerns that intensify significantly with every decade past 50. For anyone managing diabetes and carefully watching every meal for nutritional impact, or families stretching a grocery budget while trying to eat clean, these eggs deliver the organic label without the organic substance. You saved $2 at the register. Your body paid the difference at the cellular level every single morning. Less space for the hens. Less nutrition in every egg. Less actual value in great value. If this is helping you make smarter choices at the store, hit subscribe. It's free, and it means you'll never miss these exposés. See the pattern forming here? Budget brands cut corners. Grocery store brands hide behind labels. So at least the brands with heartfelt stories and family farm imagery on the carton are genuine, right? Let's find out. Number 4. Born Free Organic. The name alone sells a fantasy. Born Free. Images of hens roaming through wildflower meadows on a sunny afternoon. Packaging that looks hand-drawn, artisanal, honest. Born Free doesn't just market eggs. They market a feeling. The feeling that your purchase supports small family farms and happy, liberated chickens living their best lives. Consumer advocacy groups have noted that Born Free's sourcing operations are large-scale, and that the outdoor access provided often consists of minimal screened porches rather than true open pasture where hens can actually forage. Screened porches, not fields, not meadows, not anything close to the imagery on that carton. The name Born Free implies a life of freedom and open sky. The reality is a covered concrete patio attached to an industrial barn full of thousands of birds. Hold a Born Free egg up to the light. A truly pastured egg has a shell that glows with warmth, thick and mineral-rich from a hen that ate directly from the earth. A confinement egg looks thinner, more translucent, almost fragile under your fingers. That fragility starts with the hen's diet and living conditions. Without genuine pasture access, hens miss the natural sources of vitamin E and beta-carotene that make eggs genuinely protective against oxidative damage. For anyone concerned about heart disease and arterial health as they age, or people who specifically chose this brand because the name felt safer than the grocery store alternatives, those reduced antioxidant levels mean less protection against the plaque buildup that accelerates decade after decade. Born Free eggs are born in barns, raised on porches, sold on lies. The name promises liberation. The operation delivers confinement with better graphic design. A lot of people switch to private label organic brands thinking they were avoiding everything we just talked about. They weren't. Number 3. O Organics from Safeway and Albertsons. The store brand organic that feels like a safe middle ground. Not the cheapest on the shelf, not the priciest. The trusted grocery chain name right there on the carton, giving you permission to feel good about the purchase. O Organics eggs come from contract megafarms, and Cornucopia Institute ratings have placed many Safeway-sourced organic egg operations in the lowest tier for genuine outdoor access and flock welfare. Lowest tier. From a brand that charges mid-range prices and implies quality through association with one of America's oldest grocery chains. Pick up that O Organics carton in the dairy aisle. Flip it over, look for farm names, specific locations, partner information, anything verifiable. You won't find much. That vagueness is deliberate. When a brand is proud of its sourcing, it tells you everything. When it's not, it tells you nothing, and hopes the organic seal does the talking for them. Crack an O. Organics egg beside a genuine pasture-raised egg from a transparent farm. The pasture-raised white clings tight to the yolk, firm, structured, almost architectural. The O Organics white spreads thin and watery across the pan like it has nothing holding it together. That structural difference reflects measurable gaps in protein quality and nutrient density. For people relying on eggs as a primary daily protein source and needing adequate vitamin D3 and omega-3 DHA for bone density maintenance and inflammation management, or anyone buying organic specifically to get superior nutrition compared to conventional, these eggs consistently fall short of what truly pastured alternatives deliver. O Organics charges for the organic label. It delivers the organic minimum. The store name on the carton, the missing nutrients inside. That's private label organic in a nutshell. If organic store brands and family-named brands are both failing you, surely a heritage American brand with generations of trust behind it delivers the real thing. Think again. Number 2. Land O'Lakes Organic. The butter brand your grandmother always kept in the fridge. The name that evokes heartland farming, dairy tradition, and wholesome American agriculture stretching back nearly a century. Land O'Lakes has been a kitchen staple since 1921. That heritage is doing a tremendous amount of heavy lifting because the organic eggs don't measure up to the legacy. Despite the trusted name, Land O'Lakes organic eggs come from large corporate suppliers, and the company has faced scrutiny for prioritizing production volume over genuine pasture-based farming practices. This is the pattern we've seen across every single brand on this list. The bigger the name, the bigger the gap between the image and the actual operation behind it. Land O'Lakes could leverage a century of consumer trust to demand the highest standards from its egg suppliers and set an industry example. Instead, it leverages that trust to sell industrial organic eggs at prices that imply premium quality. Open that carton. Those eggs look perfectly uniform, identical in size, shape, color, and weight. That uniformity isn't quality control, it's industrial standardization at scale. Eggs from hens with genuine pasture access show natural variation because the hens live natural, varied lives eating different things each day. Uniformity means a system optimized for efficiency and shelf appearance, not nutrition. For anyone taking statins or blood pressure medications and relying on dietary sources of vitamin K2 and balanced fatty acids to support the work those prescriptions are doing, or people who chose this heritage brand specifically because the name felt trustworthy and familiar, these eggs may not deliver the cardiovascular support your body needs. 100 years of trust, 100 years of the bare minimum, the heritage on the label, the industrial operation behind it. That brings us to the #1 spot, and this one has loyal fans who will not want to hear what comes next. What's the worst organic egg brand you've ever cracked open? Drop it in the comments below. #1. Pete and Jerry's Organic. This is the brand health-conscious shoppers defend passionately. The one with the charming New England farm story, the family heritage going back generations, the colorful cartons that feel handcrafted and personal. Pete and Jerry's built its entire reputation as the antidote to industrial organic. Small farms, real pastures, honest eggs from honest people. Then the cracks appeared. As the company rapidly expanded through acquisitions across multiple states, a 2023 avian flu outbreak at one of its large Pennsylvania supplier farms led to the culling of nearly 2 million hens, 2 million birds, from a brand that markets itself as small-scale and family-operated. 2 million hens don't fit on a family farm. They fit in an industrial complex with industrial vulnerabilities. That outbreak raised serious questions about the biosecurity practices and true scale of Pete and Jerry's supply chain. A company that grew too fast, acquired too aggressively, and lost control of the very thing that made people trust it in the first place. The stress hormones present in eggs from flocks experiencing disease outbreaks and mass culling events are measurable. Cortisol transfers from hen to egg. You eat that stress with every bite. For anyone with a weakened immune system managing chronic health conditions, or people who specifically sought out this brand to escape the industrial problems we've been exposing for the last 15 minutes, eggs from facilities vulnerable to massive disease outbreaks represent exactly the risk you were trying to avoid. Pete and Jerry's charged premium prices for a small farm story. They delivered industrial-scale problems wrapped in better packaging. The charming carton, the 2 million dead hens. The brand that was supposed to be different turned out to be exactly the same. Drop a comment if Pete and Jerry's is sitting in your fridge right now. Let's see how many of us bought the story instead of the egg. 9 brands exposed, 9 organic labels that promised something better and delivered the bare minimum or worse. But don't give up on organic eggs entirely. Clean, honest, nutrient-dense eggs do exist. 3 brands prove that organic can actually mean what it's supposed to mean. Vital Farms. This is what pasture-raised is supposed to look like. Vital Farms requires each of its partner farms to provide a minimum of 108 square feet of outdoor pasture per hen. Not a concrete porch, not a screened patio, real grass, real dirt, real sunlight, real space for hens to do what hens are meant to do. The USDA organic minimum doesn't come close to that standard, and Vital Farms exceeds it voluntarily because they built their company on the idea that it matters. The company publishes annual third-party audits, not internal reports, not trust us press releases. Independent verification that anyone can review and challenge. They maintain Certified Humane and USDA organic certifications simultaneously, and the Cornucopia Institute has consistently given them top-tier ratings on their organic egg scorecard. Crack a Vital Farms egg into a pan. That deep, vivid orange yolk tells you everything before you take a single bite. The white holds tight, firm, structured around the yolk like it belongs there. The taste is richer, more complex, almost buttery with a depth the industrial brands can't replicate. That's not marketing language, that's nutrition you can see and taste in real time. Independent testing confirms that truly pastured eggs like these contain significantly higher levels of omega-3 fatty acids, vitamin D3, and vitamin E compared to the industrial organic alternatives we just spent 15 minutes exposing. For people watching their heart health or managing systemic inflammation through diet, these eggs deliver the nutrients that every brand on the avoid list consistently failed to provide. Vital Farms costs more per carton, a few dollars more, but you're paying for eggs that actually contain what organic is supposed to mean. Alexander Family Farm. If Vital Farms sets the standard, Alexander Family Farm raises it even higher. This is a single certified organic and regenerative pasture operation in Northern California, where hens roam freely on thousands of acres of open grassland under real sky. Not partner farms scattered across the country hoping for consistency. One family, one farm, thousands of acres, complete control over every aspect of production. Their eggs carry USDA organic, certified regenerative, and a greener world certifications simultaneously. 3 independent certifications from 3 separate organizations, each verifying what the others confirm. That level of redundant accountability is virtually unheard of in the organic egg industry. Independent nutrient testing shows elevated levels of vitamins A, D, and E compared to conventional organic eggs from the industrial operations we expose today. The regenerative farming practices mean the land itself improves year after year, building richer soil health that feeds healthier pasture, that feeds healthier hens, that produce measurably better eggs for your breakfast table. Pick up an Alexander Family Farm egg. The shell feels dense, substantial, almost heavy in your hand compared to the fragile supermarket alternatives. That weight comes from mineral-rich feed and genuine outdoor living on healthy soil. The superior choline and antioxidant content supports liver function, reduces harmful LDL oxidation, and helps protect against the cognitive decline that becomes a growing concern with every passing decade. These eggs cost a premium at the register. They earn every single cent of it once you crack them open. One farm, one family, no supply chain surprises, no 2 million dead hens. Handsome Brook Farm. The third brand that proves honest organic eggs aren't a fantasy. Handsome Brook Farm partners exclusively with small family farms across the country and requires genuine pasture access with a minimum of 2 acres per 1,000 hens on certified organic land. That's real space, real forage, real lives for real birds. Every single partner farm undergoes annual certified humane inspections and separate USDA organic audits. The Cornucopia Institute has awarded Handsome Brook top-tier ratings for both transparency and animal welfare, the 2 things every brand on our avoid list failed to deliver. What separates Handsome Brook from the 9 brands we just exposed isn't just better farming. It's accountability built into every level of the operation. Every farm in their network is small enough to inspect thoroughly and transparent enough to verify independently. There are no mega operations hiding behind a charming brand name. No contract farms quietly cutting corners while the label on your carton collects the premium price. Crack a Handsome Brook egg and the quality announces itself immediately. Deep color in the yolk, firm whites that hold their shape, a richness you can taste before you even add salt. These eggs deliver the balanced omega-3 to omega-6 ratio that cardiologists recommend for managing cholesterol, reducing arterial inflammation, and supporting healthy blood pressure through diet rather than supplements alone. For anyone who just watched 9 brands fail to deliver on their organic promises, Handsome Brook Farm proves that small-scale, transparent, pasture-raised organic eggs are real. They're tested, they're verified, they're worth every penny. Go check your fridge right now. If any of those 9 brands are sitting in there, you know exactly what to do. Your next breakfast deserves better than broken promises. Subscribe now, and if you're watching on TV, tap your remote so you never get blindsided by a deceptive label again.